foundations and organizations. So it was a really incredible week. But since that week, it's just been about preparing to win one more game and trying to finish it off the right way for Georgia.
When you left Sprayberry High and were coming to Georgia, did you? I guess the cliche is, did you dream this big? I mean, you knew you wanted to earn a scholarship, but did you think I'll be declared the best kicker in college football by the time I leave?
I don't know. I just know that I wanted to come to the University of Georgia, and I wanted to earn a scholarship, and I wanted to be the starting kicker for the University of Georgia. I wanted to prove that I was good enough to do that. But anything beyond that was just kind of gravy. It was just icing on the cake, really.
Where's the trophy?
It hasn't come in yet.
In your position, is the key to success? Is it more mental? Is it physical? And was there one kick that you look back on that proved to you, yes, I know I can compete at this level and do what I was wanting to do?
I think that it is more mental than physical to a degree. I think that when you're first starting out and you're learning the basics of kicking, obviously it's more physical than anything, because you need to learn the technique. You need to learn, how to contort your body and put it in the right position to strike a ball with force and to hit it accurately. But I think once you kind of, once you learn how to kick, I think it becomes more mental than anything, because you need to learn how to prepare, and you need to learn how to treat every kick the exact same way, regardless of the team you're playing, or when you're playing, or where you're playing, or what conditions you're playing in. So I think that at this point in my career, it's definitely more mental. Just being able to prepare the exact same way every time to just create consistency and create good habits, and be able to replicate performance when you go out every time. So I think from that point, it's definitely more mental than physical, yes.
And was there one kick that kind of proved to you that you belong?
I don't know if there's one. I think maybe just the body of work, I think, could speak more than just a single kick. I think I'm around 83% on my career, and God, I don't, like 6 or 7 50-plus yard or something like that. I've made important kicks against big teams for 4 years. So I think that really would just be the body of work as a whole, more than just any single kick.
I look back at the Notre Dame game, because you got the scholarship before, and only you and coach knew about it, right? And then game's on the line, you make the kick. Like, it kind of be awkward if you missed that thing. You go back to the locker room, say you're on scholarship, but you missed the kick, right?
Well, I think that if that had turned out to be the case, thank goodness it wasn't. I think that if that had turned out to be the case, Coach Smart probably would have had me announce it after a win instead of after that game. He probably would have waited until we won, so that everyone was in better spirits. I think he would have made it work out. But fortunately, it worked out the way it did, and I got to tell them pretty quickly. But I think back to that game, and think back to missing a field goal in the first half that no one remembers. I remember it because it was a spot in my performance that game where I could have done better and could have helped our team out more. But I'm grateful that I was given another opportunity to go back out and bounce back, and it was just fortunate that it worked out that way that night.
I know how you study things, and you're kind of a student of things. The NFL is next. What do you know about your prospects? And if I remember, they don't draft a lot of kickers generally, but some kickers have been drafted. I don't know how many. You probably do. But what do you think about your pro prospects, and what do you know at this moment? I know that's on the other side of this game.
I don't know a whole lot. I can think back and think about some of the guys that have been drafted in years past. That I think that's the only thing that a kicker or punter could ever do, to try and get a feel for where they might be able to go. I think about a guy like Austin Seibert from Oklahoma, who had an amazing career at Oklahoma, and I think got drafted in the 5th round. So, I think that's kind of been the status quo for really good kickers in recent years. But at the same time, it's not something that I'm super focused on just